Hello, my Sagittarius friends. Welcome to your weekly horoscope. I covered the full moon in Sagittarius overview in a separate video, which I would request you to watch to get the full flavor of what the full moon in Sagittarius stands for. And that is very relevant for you because it falls in your sign, and every sign just gets one full moon a year. And depending on where it sits on your chart in terms of aspecting your personal planets, it could have an effect for the full year or a lifetime. In terms of in terms of what the full moon in Sagittarius brings about, full moon in Sagittarius is normally very positive, very visionary. It brings out the element of Sagittarius, your true element of being a visionary, being inspired, being an inspiration to others, being adventurous, being optimistic, having anything is possible kind of an energy, courageous, spontaneous, free spirited, brave, even a little bit foolhardy and reckless, because Jupiter does, your ruling planet does bring about the excesses in you as well. That's the energy of full moon and Sagittarius. It brings out your true element. Apart from bringing something to culmination, because that's what full moon stands for, as I explained in the video. It is something that you started in December, specifically around 18th of December, probably one of your personal projects or something that you wanted to focus on to bring your personal brand out, bringing your way to be to reality, bringing your truth out in the open, in reality. But moving away from that and how to make that possible is what you have been working on for the last 6 months. So you should see some first results of you working on yourself during the Sagittarius full moon. You would also see an opposition, because every full moon is an opposition between the sun and the moon. The planets shown in the red are the transits, and the one in the black are the natal birth chart. So we'll focus on the reds. The blacks are a sample birth chart of a Sagittarius. As I mentioned, that you can send your date of birth to me and I can use that as a sample in my next reading. So that's what this is. This is the chart of somebody born on 29th of November. So the sun, full moon is actually falling on their sun, which makes it very significant for that person, because this means this is a complete phase that's coming to an end, a major phase coming to an end in their life, related to their job or relationships, which should be fairly significant for the next many years of their life. So the full moon always brings about some opposition between sun and moon. It sits on opposite axis. For Sagittarius, it sits between the first house of your own self and seventh house of other people and your close relationships, especially marriage relationship or your partnerships, very close partnerships. So there's an opposition between the two. Sun in Gemini, which is the month going on right now, focuses a lot on your partnership. It makes you focus on how to make the partnership work, what are the details of day to day that are happening with your partner, and how to make it better and more efficient. While this full moon puts a focus back on you, saying that have you been focusing too much on other people and not on yourself. It even brings out a little bit of an emotional irritation or restlessness, or any blockage that you might have been facing in getting your true self out to the world, because you've been focusing too much on what your partner thinks about you. Not to cause any discord, because this is not a negative full moon. This is a very positive full moon, but it's just about balancing thinking about yourself versus thinking about your other people. This is also, as I said, a very positive full moon because of involvement of Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus grand water trine. This is one of the kind, and this is very positive. Venus and Jupiter trine itself, which is the positive energy flow between these two very positive planets, itself could be very beneficial, but bring the Neptune and its rulership and Pisces into the whole set. There are three three houses and hence three areas of your life which will be working together very easily and flowing together effortlessly for you. Which are these three areas? Jupiter sits in your 12th house of your inner self, your inner peace, your sleep, your rest, your state of taking care of your emotional health. Venus is in 8th house of your shared resources with your partner, and Neptune is in 4th house of your place of living and your family of origin, your mother, the people that you're living with in your family house. And these three areas flow together and they come together very easily. This could be a peaceful coexistence or a way of clearing found with your family. It could even be a peaceful ending of a previously not so harmonious domestic situation. It could also be a private romance where sexual relationship comes to completion and moving away from a previous family member might happen. It could be romance, it could be something that you don't want the world to know yet, it could be second relationship that you don't want the first one to come to know yet. So that's just the energy that exists. And Venus was aspected negatively or through an opposition with Saturn over the weekend, and that opposition brings out a little bit of a reality check on your shared resources with your partner, or a loan that you might have taken. It might have been a time for you to think about your financial situation and what money you've been getting from other sources beyond what you've worked for. So this grand trine might help you find a resolution to that issue with either the finances coming from a third party or your partner. This is a very significant, I can't underestimate the value of a full moon in your own sign to you, because you only get one once a year, and if it falls on your ascendant or your sun or moon, if you're born between 29th of November to 2nd of December, this is very significant for you. Good luck, Sagittarius. Have a good one, and like, subscribe and comment. If you like to see your chart next time, you can send me your date of birth, time of birth and place of birth. Thank you.